Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another review, this time of Rhinestone, starring Sylvester, Stallone and Dolly Parton. You also have Richard Farnsworth, who was in Misery. He was sort of the cop, sheriff type of guy who was looking and investigating into James Caan's disappearance in that. And you have Tim Thomerson from Trancers, Dollman, Uncommon Valor. Really like Tim Thomerson. And Weirdly Enough is directed by Bob Clark, who did Porky's, A Christmas Story, and the original Black Christmas, along with this. So 4 very different movies. Bob Clark, it's really sad that he's gone. Just some dipshit, dickwad, dickweed, dumb butt fuck of an asshole drunk driver killed him and his son while they were in their car. So some asshole drunk driver that got nothing. And if he was here, I'd punch him in the heart, the soul, and the dick. Punch his soul out if I could, motherfucker. Anyway, Rhinestone. I actually started reviewing this and I had to stop. And it's because I might have said this in my intro to my Stallone marathon. I might not have. This is the 3rd time I've seen this film. First time I saw this film, I hated it. Second time I saw it, I'm like, oh yay, at least Stallone's having fun. Time waster. 3rd time I saw it, now. Stallone is having fun. That's the only part I like about it. Sometimes he's going over the top, is cringeworthy, but kind of is like, hey, I love the guy and he's having fun and it makes me smile. It's kind of like Jean-Claude Van Damme when he did Welcome to the Jungle. His stuff I love in that movie. Van Damme is hilarious as fuck. When I did my Jean-Claude Van Damme marathon, for those interested, I have a playlist on my channel. I reviewed all of Van Damme's movies. I got to Welcome to the Jungle and I said, Van Damme is fucking hilarious. I wish he was the star of the movie. But he's not. He's given a teeny bit to do. But the bits with him is hilarious. But I did not give that movie the pass. And I can't give this movie the pass either. Because while I like Stallone, the rest of the movie frankly sucks. The plot, the music, the chemistry, the love story, the finale. A lot of it sucks. And I know at this point, some things I've heard of this movie. One, Stallone passed on Romancing the Stone to do this. Now, rather, Romancing the Stone would have worked with Stallone, because Michael Douglas did a great job in that. But, that would have been a better career move or a try than Rhinestone. This just wasn't the movie for him. Unless it was a movie, I don't know, instead of a love story with Dolly Parton, maybe if it was a buddy movie with Ozzy Osbourne. You think about that, like, what if he was teaching Sly how to sing Black Sabbath songs, or, hey, Sly, this is how you bite the head off a bat. I actually want to see that movie now. Stallone and Ozzy Osbourne in this point in time, 1984, Sly, like Osbourne teaching Sly how to be a rock star. I want to see that movie now. Or back then. So maybe if it was that, it would have worked. But the country music, I'm not a fan. Okay. Once in a while, there's a country song I don't mind. Have you ever seen the movie with Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel called Frequency? I love Frequency. And the song at the end by, I think, Garth Brooks, I like that song. That's a country song. But Once in a Blue Moon, I even don't mind The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. Of course, I grew up with that song. But mostly I like rock and roll. Or heavy metal. So country music, once in a while there's a song I don't mind, but for the most part I don't like. And all the songs in this movie I think suck. Like the one song I don't mind is what I thought would have been the theme song, Like a Rhinestone Cowboy. Maybe the reason I don't mind that song is every time I hear it, I think of High School High with John Lovitz, which is a pretty funny movie. Because someone's, like, John Lovitz brings this record, like a rhinestone, and then someone does the skip, like a rhinestone. You just watch the trailer, they have it in the trailer. Like, I think that's a funnier movie than this. That's a fun one, High School High. John Lovitz, Tia Carrera, sort of a spoof on films like Dangerous Minds. But anyway, let's see. I think one thing I heard that Mike Nichols was the original director. Could be wrong, but then got to Bob Clark. I know Stallone, I think he had fun making the film, but of course now he wishes he never made it. I don't think Dolly Parton liked working with Stallone, because there's a thing on YouTube. You type in Dolly Parton Stallone Rhinestone, you'll find it, where she's reading off her autobiography and something about how Stallone was messing with an extra, or that he was repugnant, or it just didn't seem like Dolly liked Stallone at all. So I don't know if that's the case. I know Stallone has only said good words about Dolly, but I don't know about the other way. And this is just a bad. It makes me think of Burke, Paul Reiser from Aliens. It's a bad call, Ripley. It's a bad call, Sly. A bad call. Just okay. The gist of the story: Dolly Parton's a singer, of course. She has a manager who's sleazy, wants to sleep with her. So comes up with the idea. Okay, we'll make a bet. Pick any guy you want, turn him into a rhinestone cowboy. If Dolly wins, she gets her contract back. If the sleazy promoter, manager, whatever wins, he gets to sleep with Dolly. And believe me, Dolly, she's got tits so big you can suffocate in, which would not be a bad way to die. And she could sit on my face, or the breast could be on my face, or both on my face, just so big. And hey, I'm fine with that. That's a 2 thumbs up for me. But acting wise, she's there. I don't hate her. I don't love her. She's just there. I could take her or leave her. She's not my first or my fifth or my 10th choice for an actress. It's just there. I mean, she's supposed to be a singer. She's pretty much playing herself. So you say she does fine enough. It's just, I'm not drawn to Dolly Parton. And she's there. She's there. I could take her or leave her. I think because I just don't buy their chemistry. I don't buy them falling in love with each other by the end. I don't buy that at all. I don't. If some people do, that's fine. I don't. When it gets to the end and Stallone is singing and the crowd is being won over, I'm like, no, Sly, I love you, man. I really do. There are comedies I like Oscar and Stop and Mom Will Shoot. Yes, I like those movies. Dramas, the Rocky films and Lock Up and Copland, action films like Rambo films and Cobra and Tango and Cash, Demolition Man, Cliffhanger. I buy you playing football and Lock Up in the prison, arm wrestling over the top, boxing. I don't buy you singing. When you directed Paradise Alley, I hated the songs you sang in them, the beginning and the end of the movie. Here, at least when it's supposed to be funny, it's funny. When it's like, I'm Drinkenstein, that's funny. It's meant to be funny. But by the end, I don't buy that people are like, yes, I sing. I'm like, no, don't sing. It's an hour and 50 minutes long. It's way too fucking long for that. An hour and 50 minutes is way too fucking long for this movie. It should be 80 or 90 minutes. So I don't buy the love story. I don't buy the chemistry. I don't buy the finale. The plot really isn't that interesting to me. So it's like, well, why isn't this... But it's a rant, but Stallone looks like he's having fun. At times he's going over the top, but he does get some. This guy gets some chuckles out of me. Maybe because I'm such a huge fan of the guy, and he's like my favorite action star, my favorite actor. When he's going over the top as a taxi driver, and he picks up some guys who want sushi. He's like, sushi? Come on, you gotta get Italian. Ravioli, oh! And he's like, bonsai! And does a 180 on his taxi. Makes me chuckle. When he goes into the office with Dolly Parton and the manager, and there's like a table with 3 legs, and they actually look like female legs. Stallone looks at him and goes, hey, she got a sister? Or when he's looking at this bald doll, he's like, huh, radiation, huh? Or when the taxi driver, his boss, because he crashed his car, the boss is talking to him and makes fun of his clothes, and Stallone goes, you insulted my clothes? The clothes I have on my body. Well, I guess you don't appreciate a trendsetter. Does that? I resonate. Like, it looks like Stallone's having fun and is not sleepwalking. He's not phoning it in. When someone's like trying to teach him to walk, he goes, "That's country," and Stallone goes, "That's rigor mortis." So I like Stallone, even though he has the weirdest wardrobe in this movie I've ever seen him in. Because in one, he's dressed like a taxi cab, his shirt. Another, he has a shirt that is it has like a fucking skeleton rib on it. Another one is a pink or purple shirt with 3 fucking cameras on the shirt, as if you put a strap on with 3 cameras. It's like, where the fuck did he get these shirts? Fucking Hot Topic, or not even Hot Topic. What's that fucking one? Oh, what's that store? Spencer's? Is that where you get the shirts in Spencer's? Isn't that the store with all the crazy shit in there? I think it's called Spencer's. I haven't been there in years. I fucking forgot, but it might be a different one. I'm like, where the fuck did you get these shirts? And, Dolly's teaching him how to walk and how to sing. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with singing? Him walking, none of that matters at the end of the film. Him trying to eat, that doesn't matter with singing. So why is Dolly Parton trying to teach him this shit? And once in a while, there's a fun moment for me. When Stallone's trying to chop this wood and to bounce it off, the axe bounces off. He kind of just drops it nonchalantly, walks off, trying to brush it off. I thought that made me smirk. But certain moments when there's other bits of dialogue, they kind of pushing it over the top is a little bit cringeworthy and embarrassment. I know there's a actor. It says it's written by Phil Alden Robinson and Sylvester Stallone, and for what I understand, Phil Alden Robinson was pissed off that Stallone changed his script so much, but he was going to take his name off it, but someone said, no, keep your name on it, because this could be a big hit. It wasn't. And like, teach him how to walk, and she goes, "Have you ever had jock itch? Pretend you have jock itch." I'm like, When he has a goofy outfit, he has the raccoon tails. It's funny when he's seeing Drinkenstein, because it's meant to be bad, I think. Because Budweiser created a monster, they call it Drinkenstein. I'm Drinkenstein! I'm Drinkenstein! Like, I think it's funny. But okay, I'm having fun with Stallone, who's taking the piss out of himself, having fun. He gets some chuckles out of me. But is that enough for me to give it a pass? And I'm like, maybe I could pop this in and just fast forward to those parts. But if I'm fast forwarding to those parts, that doesn't mean I like the movie. That means I like Stallone's being goofy and having fun. But the movie as a whole, it's too long. There's a lot of stuff that could have been cut out. I mean, it doesn't need to be an hour and 50 minutes long. Give us some better wardrobe. Don't have these weird shirts that has fucking skeleton rib cages and shit. Dolly Parton, honestly, I wouldn't have dealt with country music at all. I think that's the bad thing to go. I hate country music, so it was really annoying. I don't like country music songs. I don't like country music in general. Again, aside from a few exceptions, so the story doesn't work for me. The finale, when he's got a scene by himself, and then Dolly comes in, and he wins the crowd over, and I'm like, no, this crowd would not be won over. Again, I'm sorry, Sly, you can't sing. Or when he's trying to rescue Dolly Parton, and he's riding a horse, and the Lone Ranger music pops up, I'm like, it's just cringeworthy. The stuff with Tim Thomerson, it's cool to see Tim Thomerson there, but to be honest, he didn't need to be in the movie. That whole stuff really didn't add up to much, other than he's kind of talking with Sly, trying to be friendly with him, but also fucking with him. And then I do like the moment when Sly and Dolly are dancing, And then this some guy comes up, and Tim Thomerson's character is Barnett. And this guy who's a friend of his comes up and goes, Barnett wants to dance. And Sly goes, good, then dance with him. Just the way he said that made me laugh. So maybe it was worth it just to get that one line, but so it's Tim Thomerson, so I'll take that back. Tim Thomerson's always good. So, but it's just I'm trying to think of ways you could have cut this down, and it's just I don't know. It didn't need to be that long. It felt long. It felt slow and boring at points to the point I wanted to hit fast forward. And I don't buy the chemistry. I don't buy the love story. I don't buy them falling in love. And him singing "Stay out of my bedroom," and I'm like, stay out of the movie. Stay out of singing, Sly, please. But is this one of the worst comedies ever? No. I don't even think it's the worst Sly Stallone film. I'd rather watch this than Driven. I'd rather watch this than Avenging Angelo. I'd rather watch this than Spy Kids 3D. At the same time, I've seen American Pie movies, especially those direct-to-video sequels. Have you seen them? Those are worse, in my opinion. Disaster movie, epic movie, superhero movie, movie 43, stereo movie 3, 4, and 5. Those are way worse to me than Rhinestone. So no, this is not one of the worst comedies of all time. Just at least Stallone, at least he's having fun. But it's just shorten the film, get rid of the country music, make it some other kind of music. Like if Stallone starred in a movie like This Is Spinal Tap, and some group like Spinal Tap is trying to get Stallone the scene, or if it was like maybe that kind of music, maybe it would have helped more, and people would have. But country music, when you can't sing country music well, it's even more annoying. It's even more irritating. Is just yeah. I can't give this the pass. If I could not do Welcome to the Jungle the pass, I can't give this the pass because Stallone made me chuckle and laugh at times, but you don't buy the finale because I don't see these people being won over by your singing, Sly. Dolly Parton, I could take her or leave her, so that's not saying much. Even though the Dolly Parton film, Straight Talk, 9 to 5, I'm like, because Dolly Parton, she's, she's there for me. And so if I don't like the music, and I don't care for the story, I don't buy the finale, I don't buy their chemistry with each other. Hell, I buy the chemistry between Estelle Getty and Stallone more than fucking them. And that's playing a son and a mom. These are supposed to be people who fall in love with each other. I don't buy it one bit. So, if I see this in the future, I'll just fast forward to those few moments that Sly made me laugh. I'm saying Drinkenstein or some of the little dialogue he had for himself. But other than that, no, I can't give it the pass. I can't. Just my opinion. Right, I mean, before that, though, I have to say, though, I know I've said this before and I'm repeating myself. This is not one of the worst comedies. I've seen so much worse comedies than this. But it's still not a good film. It's not something I can defend. And I won't defend. So, if people hate it, I perfectly understand. I don't have rage on it. Just Bullet to the Head, State Plan, I have rage on those because those were disappointing. To me, a movie about Stallone trying to sing country music would never be good. It's just not a good fit. It's not. But Bullet to the Head could have been good. Escape Plan could have been great. And to me, it's this weird thing where disappointments make you more pissed off and hate more. People may think that's strange, but that's the only way I can describe it. So this, I'm not disappointed, so it's not really hate, because I don't think this ever could be good, but it's just, yeah. Yeah, not, watch it again, yeah, not a big fan of it. Sorry, Sly. But anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.